If you're new, welcome. My name is Hannah. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please hit like, subscribe and comment. That would be amazing. This is a safe space. I'm going to be sharing a lot more honest videos like this about different topics. So I hope to see you back again soon. So this is a short, sharp video of my story. No one else's. I'm going to talk about my top 5 breakthroughs and hardships that I found when starting my own business. And how I've overcome the obstacles I faced so far. God. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Hannah and I am the founder and creator of the company Festival Faces Group. Let's go right back to the beginning. I originally trained as a makeup artist and I wanted to work in film. I managed to blag myself some work experience on some big films like X-Men and Jack the Giant Killer. And do you know what I found? A lot of people were not welcoming and really tried to put us off coming into the industry. I mean, I guess they saw us as competition, but breakthrough number 1. I managed to land a makeup assistant role on a film that was 3 months long. I thought, this is it, this is my big break, I've made it. I quit my part-time job at MAC, I was going all in. Problem, I absolutely hated it. And don't get me wrong, I'm a hard worker, I was willing to put in the graft, but this completely broke me down. I mean, way down. 1, I was so young at the time. 2, I was so nervous and unconfident being on this set full of all these big personalities. I felt like I was always getting things wrong. My anxiety was through the roof. Being so young, you're too scared to say anything. It's one of those things I'm like, if I could go back now. Only joking, but if I could go back now, I wouldn't put up with the way I was treated back then. It got to the point where I was dreading going into work every single day. I just couldn't keep up. It was then my self-doubt started coming in. I was getting all these negative thoughts like, you're just not cut out for this. You're miserable all the time. This is not what we thought it would be. Why don't we just leave? Breakthrough number 2. So that job finally ended. I got some sleep, I recovered, I spoke to my parents. The main thing I felt was, I don't want to be treated like this again. I don't deserve to be made to feel like this. So then I thought, I want to be my own boss. This is where the festivals come in. It turns out my uncle has a company that sets up large screens at festivals. He contacted me one day and said they needed face painters. Bear in mind at this time, I'd never done any face painting. I said, yeah, sure, I can definitely do that, definitely. So my dad lent me a broken old gazebo that he'd got from the Scouts. We fixed it up with silver gaffer tape and off we went to the festival. It was so busy. I made some really good money. That's when I thought, I'm definitely onto something here. Breakthrough number 3. I think. I'm hugely driven by money. So I filled my whole summer with festivals and Festival Faces Group was born. I got my friends on board, we built a team and off we went into the sunset. We had the best times ever. I mean, festivals were our job. My parents have been a massive support. They come to all the festivals, make us food, help us set up, and just help with the running of it. Breakthrough number 4, personal life. I'd been with my husband, Matt, for about a year at this point. Something really bad happened. He got diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is basically a type of blood cancer. As you can guess, we went through a really terrible time. I found it very hard to deal with. I pretty much shut down, didn't want to talk to anyone. But eventually, with a lot of help from our family and friends, we started communicating, dealing with it and moving forward. We've been very lucky because Matt, after about a year of going through horrendous treatment, got the all clear, and it's been about 4 years now and he's still all clear. It turned out well and it definitely made our relationship a lot stronger. Breakthrough number 5, getting a full-time job. Going through something like that really made me take a step back and reevaluate my life and what I was doing, where I wanted to go. Just made me put everything into perspective. Also, I was starting to realise the festivals were great, but the kind of lifestyle you lead doing festivals isn't sustainable. A lot of drinking, a lot of partying, and they only last in the summer. I found myself getting kind of lazy in the winter, living off the money that I'd made in the summer, not really being that proactive about finding other work. However, a friend of mine told me that there was a hair and makeup artist job going at Sky TV. I didn't have that much experience at the time, but I thought, what have I got to lose? Let's go for it. So I applied, went through a grueling interview process, felt like I did really well, but I didn't get the job. I was absolutely gutted. But then I managed to get it by default. Someone that got offered the job ended up turning it down, and I was next on the list. So I got the job. I was so happy. I finally had some stability and I was doing what I loved. I got a job. I got a job. I felt like at that time I needed some stability in my life. Matt getting sick had put my whole life into perspective. I definitely started to see how short life was and how quickly everything could be taken away from you. When I applied for the Sky job, I just thought, what's the point of holding back? The only person that's putting limits on myself is me. Breakthrough number 6. I was loving life at Sky. I had regular money. Matt had just got the all clear before I started. I was on top of the world. I was living life to the full. I was booking holidays, got myself Invisalign. I can afford the monthly payments. I've got a full-time job. However, I started to get the itch again. While I was working at Sky, my whole mindset really did change. The fact that I even got the job in the first place made me think, I can do anything I set my mind to. One thing I'd always wanted to do was have my own products and have my own online store. So this new, improved, confident me thinks, well, why can't you do that? I just started to do some research on how I could start making my own products, where to source things from. Having that regular income gave me the confidence to put some money into getting my own products because I knew I was getting money each month. I started with designing a range of glitters, and then I moved on to design my own face and body gems. I did a ton of research about where to find the best suppliers. I used Alibaba.com and contacted as many suppliers as I could until I found one I knew would be perfect for me. So for the next 2 years, I was working full-time at Sky, and in my downtime, I was building my business on the side. Breakthrough number 7. Festival Faces Group was really starting to take off. We were getting booked for a lot more jobs and the products were starting to sell. I couldn't believe that all it took, well, I say all it took, it was really hard work, but just a change in how I thought about myself and what I could do. Then it got to the point where I really had to decide which direction I wanted to go. I was basically doing 2 full-time jobs and it was really starting to take a toll on me. So I had to decide. Do I want to stay in full-time employment and that be my job for the rest of my life, or do I want to risk it all and do my own thing? After a lot of crying, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of phone calls to my friends, I decided I was quitting. I just thought it's now or never. I'm gonna regret not taking this risk and never finding out what I could achieve. That's where I'm at the moment. I quit my full-time job. I'm pursuing Festival Faces Group and seeing where I can take it. The light up gems are my main focus at the moment because I created them myself. I'm really proud of them and no one else has anything like them at the moment. So yeah. What I've learned so far on my journey is having a few mental breakdowns along the way is key to getting to that next level. Every time I've had a really stressful point in my life, had a bit of a breakdown, not knowing what I was doing, made some mistakes. Also, I've learned how much we all put limits on ourselves. As soon as you realise that, as soon as you realise the only person holding you back is you, as cheesy as that sounds, it's so true. As soon as I realised that, I achieved so many more goals than I ever thought I could. Asking for help. I feel like people don't do that enough. I think people are scared, they don't want to show others that they don't know everything, but the more you ask, the more you get. It's in human nature to help others. I ask for help all the time. I'm asking questions all the time. Ask friends, family, colleagues. If you want to know something, ask. So yeah, that's my story so far. I'm only just beginning. I just wanted to share with you some of my personal experiences and how I've got to where I am today. I just hope I've given you some insight into how you could potentially start your own business. I mean, this is just my personal story, but I hope this shows you that if you put the work in, it can be done. And you know, I had a full-time job when I started it. Like, I couldn't have done it without that. Everyone has their own story, but this is mine. This is where I'm at so far, and it's only the beginning.